like to welcome you to this week's tip of the week. This week's tip, we're going to talk a little bit about bunker play. And one of the things I often hear when people are talking about their bunker play is, they're very inconsistent. Sometimes they hit it and they can't get it out of the trap, and sometimes they hit it and it goes over the trap. So what we're going to talk about today is something that is going to control how the club interacts with the sand to make sure that you get it out consistently every time. So we talked about before setting goals in the bunker. First thing we want to do is get it out. Second thing we want to do is get it on the putting surface, then get it close, and then ultimately get in the hole. So one of the things that I often see is when people set up, they usually open the club face, but as they swing, they close that club face. So something that, a drill that you can do is I like to put a little bit of sand on the club face. Obviously you can't do this when you're on the golf course because that would be considered grounding your club. But after I come through the ball, I want to make sure that I keep that sand on the face as long as I can and let that sand drop over here. So, I'd set up in this drill. I would focus on when I'm coming through, how long can I keep that sand on? And what that's gonna do is when you're making your full swing, it's gonna allow you to keep the club face pointed up towards the sky or pointed back at you. Another thing I like to consider is pancake batter. If I'm cooking, I don't wanna, and there's pancake batter on the club face, I don't wanna pour that batter out to the left. What happens if we pour it out to the left is the club is gonna dig and it's gonna stick in, and sometimes you're gonna hit it thin and it's gonna skim across the green and leave yourself a tough next shot. So when I'm gonna set up here, hands are a little bit lower. Now as I go through again, I'm gonna focus on making sure that this club face stays pointed at me as long as I can. So let's see if I can hit one. Now you can see that came out, the club face stayed pointed back at me, and we got the golf ball. 1, get out, 2, get it on, and 3, we got that pretty close to our target. Try this drill next time you're over here at the short game area at the back of the range or the short game area.